The ultimate product that comes out of there is 40,000 tons of lithium carbonate every year. That's going to be enough to put into about 1 million General Motors electric vehicles every single year.
Research suggesting a new lithium deposit in northern Nevada may be the largest in the world. It's located next to the Thacker Pass mine, not far from the Nevada-Oregon border. One company planning to begin mining operations in 2026 says there could be 20 to 40 million tons of lithium.
They dug into a remote patch of desert, expecting just another layer of earth. But when they discovered what lay beneath, it sent shockwaves far beyond Nevada's borders. Could a quiet county hold a secret worth trillions and transform the entire nation's economy? Let's explore the hidden find that might make America richer than ever. A quiet landscape with a big story. High in northern Nevada, near the border with Oregon, lies a place that's quiet and mostly untouched. To onlookers, it's just rolling hills and dusty roads. But beneath that peaceful surface sits the McDermott caldera, stretching around 28 miles long by 22 miles wide. At first glance, it seems like any other rugged landscape in the American West, a place you pass through on your way somewhere else. But a closer look reveals a massive hidden reserve of lithium, a mineral so valuable it's nicknamed white gold. This discovery didn't happen overnight. Geological surveys and persistent explorers helped confirm that the land underfoot held one of the largest untapped lithium supplies on Earth. The importance of lithium. Lithium is not a random metal that sparks mild curiosity. It's the primary ingredient in modern rechargeable batteries, from the phone buzzing in your pocket to the electric car quietly gliding past on busy streets. Unlike heavier metals, lithium boasts an exceptionally light density and high reactivity. These qualities help batteries store more energy in a lighter package, making your tech run longer without weighing a ton. Worldwide demand has soared, especially as nations push for cleaner energy solutions. With electric vehicles, home battery systems, and large-scale energy storage on the rise, lithium has become the metal of the future. Where there's lithium, there's economic power, and Nevada's deposit could place America at center stage. How Thacker Pass was found. The treasure trove at Thacker Pass wasn't discovered by chance. Decades of geologic mapping and drilling programs hinted that this region, once part of an ancient volcano, might hold precious minerals. An immense lake once covered this area, fed by volcanic hotspots that spewed mineral-rich waters for ages. As that lake slowly vanished, layers of clay formed in the basin, trapping an unusually high concentration of lithium. Over time, news of these peculiar soils spread among mining companies, prompting deeper studies. That's when researchers struck gold. Well, white gold to be exact. The moment it became clear that Thacker Pass housed world-class lithium reserves, the region's destiny took a sudden turn. An economic game-changer. For years, America has heavily relied on imported lithium, mainly from Chile and Argentina. But with Thacker Pass, the US sees a chance to dramatically boost domestic production. Some estimates suggest this massive deposit is worth over $1 trillion, a figure so huge it's hard to grasp. Experts say the mine could produce around 40,000 tons of lithium annually, enough to power up to 800,000 electric cars every year. This surge in local production would cut reliance on overseas markets and help stabilize battery supply chains. When raw materials stay within national borders, jobs and investment follow. Thacker Pass could spark a ripple effect throughout American manufacturing, tech, and energy sectors. The race for green energy. Lithium's popularity isn't just about phones or laptops anymore. The world is racing to meet ambitious climate goals, with electric cars and renewable energy storage leading the charge. Batteries are the backbone of that plan, allowing us to store solar or wind power for steady use. Look at any big city street today, and you'll see electric scooters, bikes, and more electric cars every year. Governments worldwide are pledging big money to reduce emissions, and private companies are investing billions in battery technology. For the United States, dominating lithium production could mean a stronger position in this green revolution. Thacker Pass is emerging as a key piece in the global puzzle to ensure clean energy independence. Ancient origins, McDermott caldera. This story begins 16 million years ago. The McDermott caldera was a volcanic hotspot, churning molten rock that built up towering ranges and fed a vast lake below. As volcanic activity subsided, mineral-filled waters left behind thick clay, burying riches deep in layers of ash and sediment. Over eons, the clay hardened and locked away lithium. The region's age-old geology gave it an unexpected modern relevance. Today, scientists and drilling teams carefully test and confirm the caldera's bounty. Each sample pulled from the Earth reveals more about how natural processes can create extraordinary deposits. Far from a lifeless desert, this spot is really a monument to the planet's power to hide fortunes underground. The 1.5 trillion estimate, that jaw-dropping trillion-dollar figure may sound exaggerated, but the numbers come from careful calculations. Geologists assess how many tons of lithium-bearing clay can be extracted at a feasible cost. Then they factor in current market prices, which have soared more than tenfold since 2020. This metal outpaces nickel, cobalt, and other battery components in price. As demand keeps climbing, forecasts suggest lithium's value could climb even higher. True, markets can fluctuate, yet the potential is enormous, enough to spark heavy interest from auto giants and energy companies. There's genuine excitement that this quiet corner of Nevada might anchor a global industry. If everything lines up, $1.5 trillion could be just the starting point. From clay to purity. Extracting lithium at Thacker Pass isn't as simple as scooping up some dirt. The raw clay must be processed to isolate the metal and turn it into high-grade lithium chemicals. These final products are what battery makers need. Currently, China dominates the refining process, handling around 75% of global lithium-ion battery production. Even if a country pulls huge amounts of lithium from the ground, it usually depends on specialized refineries to finish the job. The US aims to break that cycle by boosting its own refining capacity. If American refiners manage to scale up, they'll create a supply chain that starts in the desert and ends in cutting-edge factories nationwide. The government's big bet. Seeing the strategic value of a homegrown lithium source, US authorities have stepped in. Over $2 billion in loans and grants have backed Thacker Pass's development, aiming to fast-track construction and refine extraction methods. This is more than a regional project. It's a cornerstone of national policy to cut emissions by half in the coming decade. Federal agencies view stable lithium supply as the key to accelerating electric vehicle adoption and renewable energy storage. If all goes as planned, Thacker Pass won't just produce raw material. It will spawn new factories, create well-paying jobs, and reduce energy costs for consumers. The White House has called it a milestone in securing America's clean energy future. The role of big players. Major corporations have been eyeing Nevada's lithium prospects for years. General Motors, known for Chevrolet and Cadillac, committed $650 million for a sizable stake in the Thacker Pass project. They want guaranteed lithium for their next generation of electric vehicles. ExxonMobil historically tied to oil, announce plans to produce lithium by 2027. They foresee electric cars eventually outshining gasoline vehicles, and they want a front-row seat to that shift. Meanwhile, Tesla is building its own lithium refining facility in Texas, hoping to cut out the middle steps in battery production. Each of these real, high-stakes moves underscores one reality: the fight for battery materials is quickly becoming the new energy frontier. Quiet County no more. Humboldt County in Nevada has traditionally been a quiet corner of the world. Ranchers graze livestock on open ranges, and small communities enjoy a slow-paced life. Now, a mining boom stands to transform the region. Thousands of construction workers, engineers, and scientists could arrive in the coming years, seeking jobs at new facilities. Locals brace for changes: new schools, expanded healthcare, and, inevitably, the bustling traffic of tractor-trailers hauling equipment. Some residents welcome the growth and economic benefits. Others worry it might disrupt their rural lifestyle and the county's natural beauty. However it unfolds, the arrival of the lithium rush is certain to leave a lasting mark on Humboldt County's landscape and culture. History repeating, this isn't America's first resource rush. In the mid-1800s, crowds flocked west for gold, drastically changing California's population and economy. Later, oil booms in Texas and Oklahoma created new industries and wealthy tycoons. Each rush sparked cities' growth, infrastructure, and massive cultural shifts. Lithium might do the same. However, lessons from the past warn us that unbridled exploitation can harm local communities and fragile ecosystems. Balancing profit and preservation becomes crucial. Laws are stricter nowadays, but the question remains: can we harness this resource responsibly? If we manage to learn from gold rush mistakes, the new lithium era may usher in prosperity without sacrificing the lands that shaped America's heritage. The global lithium demand. Experts say the world needs to double lithium production by 2030. By 2050, demand could skyrocket to more than 10 times what we produce now. Electric vehicles, battery storage for solar and wind power, and portable electronics are all behind this surge. Yet supply chain disruptions and geopolitical tensions put pressure on stable, homegrown sources. This is why Thacker Pass is so significant. It's not just about money, it's about having a reliable supply to keep up with our tech-driven lives. Shortages could drive up battery prices, slow down the shift to green energy, and create economic ripples. But with the motherlode in Nevada, the US might hold a golden ticket to global lithium leadership. Geological surprises across the US. While Thacker Pass steals the spotlight, it's not the only place in America with hidden riches. Companies are investigating other areas in the western states for lithium-bearing salt flats, geothermal brine, and even potential clay deposits. There have also been smaller but surprising mineral finds in states like Arkansas, where bromine extraction has thrived, and in West Virginia, where rare earth elements might exist in coal waste. This wave of geological exploration is reinvigorating the idea that the US has untapped treasures right underfoot. Thacker Pass stands tall as a prime example, but its success may encourage us to revisit the Earth's bounty from coast to coast if we keep searching and innovating. The environmental question. There's no doubt that lithium mining can disturb ecosystems if not handled carefully. Critics argue that large-scale projects threaten local wildlife, water supplies, and cultural heritage sites. In Thacker Pass, local ranchers and Native American tribes have voiced concerns. They worry about habitat loss, ground pollution, and the change of traditional lands into sprawling industrial zones. Mining companies promise they'll follow rigorous environmental standards and plan to restore the land after operations close. But trust doesn't build overnight. As the project proceeds, watchers want transparency, thorough environmental impact studies, and respect for local communities. The big question: can we unearth such a priceless resource without destroying the natural and cultural treasures that make the region unique? How communities are responding. Some locals are excited about stable jobs and fresh incomes. Others worry that a mining boom could raise housing costs or strain public services. It's a mixed reaction in Humboldt County. Town halls have become lively forums where residents debate the pros and cons, from environmental risks to potential infrastructure upgrades. Local leadership must balance the region's heritage with hopes for revitalization. Some entrepreneurs see an opening for new businesses, equipment suppliers, transportation fleets, or restaurants to feed the incoming workforce. Yet ranchers fear dust, noise, and the possibility of losing pristine grazing land. With so much at stake, tensions run high, but a shared desire to protect the land binds everyone, no matter which side they're on. From desert towns to powerhouses, historic mining towns in Nevada, like Tonopah or Goldfield, have known extremes of boom and bust. For each success story, there's another about ghost towns left behind when minerals ran dry. Thacker Pass might rewrite that old script. The deposit size suggests a mine life of over 3 decades, potentially offering more stability and a chance for towns to transition into diversified economies. If workers settle down, they'll need permanent services, schools, clinics, retail. This could spark new municipal revenue, modern infrastructure, and improved roads. Some foresee small towns becoming tech-savvy hubs, fueling a bigger dream: an American battery belt where raw lithium, refined materials, and final manufacturing happen in one region, powering a new wave of development. The growth of EV manufacturing. The US once led the global auto market, but competition has grown intense. Today, electric vehicles are the new frontier, and Asia is strides ahead in battery tech. If Thacker Pass ignites a full lithium supply chain in America, EV manufacturing could shift here in a big way. Factories might sprout up in the Midwest, the Southeast, or wherever labor and incentives align. Look at Tesla's giant gigafactory in Nevada, already a symbol of next-generation mobility. GM's collaboration with Thacker Pass signals a desire to keep the entire car-building process under one roof, from raw material to final rollout. This synergy promises jobs, tech innovation, and a shot at reclaiming America's automotive leadership in a greener era. New refineries on the horizon. For lithium to power EVs, it must be refined into battery-grade chemicals. Establishing large facilities capable of doing so is complex and expensive, but that's exactly what Tesla and other companies are attempting in places like Texas. By refining on American soil, manufacturers avoid overseas shipping, reduce costs, and shorten supply chains. Environmental compliance is also stricter in the US, which could raise production costs initially, but might ensure safer, cleaner operations in the long run. For local economies, these refineries promise permanent jobs, skilled technician roles, and spin-off industries. If the refining stage flourishes domestically, the entire ecosystem from clay extraction to battery assembly could thrive without leaving American shores. A technology arms race. Battery research is now a 21st century arms race. Every major auto and tech firm wants higher capacity, faster charging cells that last longer. Solid-state battery concepts, advanced electrode materials, and better recycling methods race forward in labs worldwide. But no matter how advanced the design, lithium often remains key. Companies that secure the raw materials can risk more ambitious leaps without supply anxiety. Meanwhile, alternative batteries, such as those using sodium or magnesium, keep emerging. Still, none have dethroned lithium's unbeatable mix of lightness and energy density, yet. If the US can align abundant lithium with world-class research, it could shape the next generation of breakthroughs, from simpler phone batteries to entire green power grids. Benefits beyond batteries. Lithium might shine brightest in batteries, but that's not its only use. Glass makers rely on lithium compounds for special heat-resistant glass and ceramics. The medical field uses lithium for psychiatric treatment, while aerospace engineers need it for high-performance alloys. A surge in US lithium production could lower costs across these sectors and spur new research. Imagine cheaper, more durable glass for solar panels or advanced materials for 3D printing. The deeper the supply, the broader the potential benefits. Though the Thacker Pass story mostly focuses on electric vehicles, it's worth remembering how one mineral can ripple through countless industries, stimulating growth and creativity in unexpected ways. Critical infrastructure and storage. Renewable energy sources like solar and wind can be unpredictable, generating power when conditions are right. That's why advanced battery storage is essential for a reliable grid. Lithium-ion solutions let power companies store extra energy for later use, balancing out lulls in production. If America invests in large battery farms, blackouts could become rarer, and communities could rely more on clean energy. Thacker Pass's lithium could build those big storage facilities coast to coast. Think of every hospital with a backup system, every neighborhood storing solar power for night use, or every remote region less reliant on diesel generators. The right infrastructure could remake the way we power towns, cities, and entire states. Looking back at the gold rush lessons. During the 19th century gold rush, booms created fortunes, but left environmental scars and social tensions. Rivers were choked with tailings, and the land bore pockmarks of reckless mining. Communities sometimes flared up, then vanished, leaving behind ghost towns. Lithium's promise is different. Less about short-term thrills, more about a sustained shift in energy. Even so, mistakes can repeat if companies chase profits without proper oversight. The modern era has stricter regulations, but laws only work if enforced fairly. We have a second chance to do resource extraction right. If we learn from the past and invest in restoration, transparency, and local well-being, Thacker Pass might become a future success story instead of a cautionary tale. The countdown begins. Construction crews have already broken ground in some parts of Thacker Pass. Geologists continue drilling test holes to pinpoint the richest clay. Once commercial mining ramps up, truckloads of raw lithium will start rolling toward processing plants. The plan is to see those first shipments in the coming few years. As each milestone passes, excitement grows. Automakers eagerly watch the clock, hoping for stable supplies to fuel their electric dreams. Engineers finalize designs to ensure minimal environmental impact while maximizing output. Politicians make public statements promising new jobs and energy security. The countdown is on. In this span, the nation awaits a resource that could supercharge America's economy in an era of shifting power and technology. A new chapter for America. In many ways, the Thacker Pass discovery is more than just lithium. It's a story of how an unexpected find in a dusty desert can reshape a nation's trajectory. From job creation to environmental debates, from resource independence to advanced battery research, there's a lot at stake. America's economy has long thrived on big ideas and bold projects, from railroads crisscrossing the continent to space shuttles piercing the atmosphere. Now we stand at the dawn of a renewable energy revolution. If all goes smoothly, lithium from Nevada might act as the spark that ignites a brighter, cleaner future. This isn't just about money. It's about leading a new era of sustainable progress. Change can arrive in the quietest of places and ripple outward to transform entire nations. Thanks for watching.